Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And hopefully my voice is a little bit louder on this video because thank you to those of you commenting. Oh, you sound a bit quiet in the videos. Yep, the microphone I have, which if you're watching this on Twitch, you'll be able to see at the bottom here. This is the gain on the microphone, and it's quite a pleasing. It's got quite a pleasing feel to it. The dial, and my kids love it. So. They keep adjusting it and turning it down, so it should be. I should be a little bit louder in the next day. Anyway, today I'm doing a user scenario sent in by Hello There. I have altered the scenario. If you want to know how I altered the scenario, you should be watching this on Twitch because I went through at length at the beginning how I adjusted the scenario. But we have 2 battlecruisers. We have a 5-year tech advantage, and we're taking on a pretty heavily defended convoy, 2 battleships, 5 light cruisers, and 6 transports. Maybe something trying to deliver supplies to North Africa or something like that. So let's get into the whoopsie-daisy design. Wrong button. Now, build restrictions. I do have them. First of all, it has to be realistic, as in keeping to or within cheating range of the Washington Naval Treaty, so 36-ish thousand tons and 16-inch guns. So, in fact, let's go for an actual one, or shall I? No, I'm gonna push it to the limit. There we go. We will do a bit of creative accounting. But I'll go for the minimum size of the battlecruiser 4. I do love a battlecruiser. They're really interesting ships because, to me, there's at least there's probably about 3 completely different ways that you can build them. Hello there, Churchill. Nice to see you. Now, in terms of towers, they're all very, very similar. So we'll go for the cheap one. I wonder if I could get away with a T-Farer design on this. Maybe. Secondary towers. There's a pretty big drop-off going from the compact to the lights. So we definitely want a light secondary tower, which means they ain't going to fit. No, none of them are going to fit. Oh. Pooply doops. Go for that one, and then that one, and no, T-Farer is not going to work. Not enough space on one this size. Maybe I'll do that another time. We'll just go for a regular design. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Treaty compliant, but of course torpedo protection doesn't count if you fill it with water. And range doesn't count as well, remember. That's absolutely fine. So, next we'll go for the funnels. 75.5 smoke, potentially. So... a really annoying amount. Devs, more funnel options with actually different stats, please. Oh, it looks really weird, this ship already. Okay. Main guns. Okay. Might not be able to use that tower. It is a little bit too big. I wish this hull had access to that. Really? There's no funnel slot anymore. Are you joking? You're actually joking me, game. Right, this one is very slightly smaller, I think. Let's go to triples. That's kind of sticking to my battlecruiser rule of you take your, like, it would normally be 2 quads on a ship like this. So going down 1 step. Yeah, I'd love more funnel alternatives in general, particularly because this is, you know, the mega funnel is a fairly generic funnel that they use in quite a lot of hulls. Well, the reason the British put those stipulations in, and the French as well, things like the range and water and stuff like that, was because Britain and France at the time of the treaty, I'm thinking the First Washington Naval Treaty, they had large colonial empires. Their ships needed to go very long distance, whereas a country like Italy didn't need to do that. So it was a way of balancing that, so that ships that had to go further, you know, wouldn't be penalised in fighting power. I thought the British negotiation originally wanted to ban submarines, which I thought was a pretty good one. Right, realistic ship. Let's go standard bulkheads. Go balanced turbines. Oh yeah, I need a funnel. Now that would let us get to a speed of, let's call it 33.5 knots. That is pretty good for the time period. When would this thing be launched? Talking about 1935, something like that. Let's go for a regular crew. We're not going to go crazy. Auxiliary diesel engine. Now, when I'm making realistic ships, I do like to have the high-end torpedo protection, even if you're not going to use it, and at least a double bottom hull. I'd like to, probably not going to be able to get away with maximum bulkheads though. Standard bulkheads for now. We want to fit some fairly heavy systems here. Actually, I'm not sure a ship like this would have full-on sonar set, but it would have a hydrophone. Semi-auto loading. Tube powder. What's my flash chance? 0. 2% super heavy shells. That's not too bad. That does leave us some displacement secondary guns, which we will need. We fit any 5-inch? Yeah, one's, yeah, maybe up here. That's annoying. Oh, you can fit one in there. There we go. What about 3-inch? Nope. 2-inch. It's annoying. I might as well make that one a triple rather than a quad then. Pretty sure that gun will be able to work. Got a bit of an half weight offset. Probably be balanced out a bit when I add a bit of armour. If I can add a bit of armour. Now, with our 36,000 ton treaty limit, if we had no torpedo belt and no range, we are under. Quite well under, so this would definitely meet the treaty. Not that all of this would count, of course, but we're close enough. Oh, in fact, could we do it even just on the range? Yeah, we could. So it is a treaty legal ship, technically. Put a twin on the back. No. If you're doing a battlecruiser, that's not what I mean, Robbo. With my battlecruiser rule, I mean So the gun layouts I tend to use are 4 twins, 3 triples, or 2 quads. If you're going down from a 2 quad design like this, then go to 2 triples. If you're going down from 3 triples, go to 3 duals. Or 2 triples. Or if you're going 4 duals, then go down to 3 duals. That's kind of how I see it. To get the right balance for a battlecruiser, and you can see we are getting a balanced ship out of this. That's quite close to what a real battlecruiser would have in terms of stats. Now, that 16-inch gun does not have enough armor on it, so we'll put as much on that as possible. Which has sorted out quite a lot of the weight problem. There we go. And that's it. The Soleil. I don't think that's too bad. Pretty nice design. I could make the ship bigger, but where I am on the displacement slider is right at the boundary of making the actual ship bigger. So I don't want to do that, because that'll make the whole thing like just a much bigger target, less maneuverable, and all the rest of it. So I quite like this design. I think this will work. I think it'll do all right. Has the game turned the anti-aliasing off again? It has. I do apologise, everybody watching this on YouTube. I remember in version 90 they said, we've resolved a bug where graphics settings reset. No, you haven't. What you've done is introduced a bug. I've never had graphics settings reset, and now every time it turns off the blooming anti-aliasing. It's annoying. So it depends on what kind of battlecruiser you're building, Eternal. That's a very good question. And hello there, Strange Human Being and Rear Admiral Haddock. Nice to see you. So this is what I would call a true battlecruiser with battleship grade guns. If you're going lower grade guns, they're like 12-inch or something like that. That's more of a cruiser killer battlecruiser, and I would arm it up just like I would a battleship, or more, and have like 4 triples or something like that. But yeah. Right. I think we already have visual on the enemy. Yes, we do. Oh boy. That's a lot of firepower. 16-inch guns. So at least they're sticking to that part of the treaty. Because I do have 2 of these battlecruisers. We also have the Ron Blanche. Hey, first place onion. Well, it depends on how you want to build your battleship. So these ones have battleship grade weapons. They are faster than a typical battleship of the era, anyway. And they have slightly less armor than a battleship would. I mean, 10-inch belt is pushing it. Or you can build them with lower caliber guns and make them absolute tanks, which is hilarious. You can basically build them like mega cruisers. It depends. Depends what you want them to be able to do. Always keep in mind what you want them to be able to do. Oh, a hit immediately. That was pretty lucky. Looks like it blew up the secondary tower. Wow. Okay. Opening salvo, very successful. Do like French ships. They do have a certain something about them, these all-forward designs. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Battleship version of the Hood. See, Hood, to me, to my thinking, has one too many turrets. If you're sticking to the Monroe doctrine of ship design, you should have one turret less. But if you are using the British battlecruiser 4 hull, you do end up with Hood designs a lot, because that's how the hull tends to balance. I get a lot of I've had a lot of comments lately on YouTube, like, why are you always going with an ABXY triple, or why are you always doing ABXY duals? It's because, I mean, it's a good format, but as well, sometimes that's what the hulls kind of want you to do. I do tend to go by what the hull kind of wants, unless the scenario says otherwise, of course. Because sometimes the scenario is more particular. Bum, bum, bum. The mega cruiser option, yeah. The big, like, they are interesting ships. Don't do well if they run up against battleships, but if they're armoured enough, they can survive a battleship. Whereas a true battlecruiser, like these ones, have the chance to damage a battleship, but will probably die horribly to them. We are scoring pretty regular hits, though, which is nice. We've spotted the enemy light cruisers. Let's have a quick look to see if they have a lot of torpedo launchers. Doesn't look like they do. Could have underwaters, of course. They haven't... Are they firing back yet? Yeah, they are. Yep. But not doing a huge amount of damage. Advantage of going straight in like that. You're a pretty small target, and you have a pretty high chance of the enemy just ricocheting shells. They're actually like 28%. Ooh, very nice. That got blocked by auto mod. Chrissy, I'm so sorry. Design, thoroughbred, speed, artillery, forget armor. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's what I would call a true battlecruiser. Yeah, it's the last word it doesn't like. You're not Australian by any chance, are you? Automod loves bullying Australians. Some good hits going in. Fire and flooding. We have an ID. 62,000 tons. Cheating. Cordite, TNT, standard shells. Slow. Very slow. Armor is actually not that much better than ours. It is a little bit. Ooh. Five-inch guns, I think, trying to get in on the fighting. Oh, and that side one is firing. good. Alright. Oh, look at that grouping. That is good stuff. Well, bulkheads. Phew. Oh. That could prove a bit of a problem. Taking out an engine. And another one. In fact, all of them. Oh dear. What kind of cruise do they have? Regular. It's the same as me. Aiming is terrible. They do have a rangefinder. Coincidence 3. It's not the best, but it is there. And a Gen 1 radar. Must have pretty awful handling. Or something. Must have a huge pitch and roll or something. That's bad. Light cruisers do not have torpedoes. Perfect. None of those disgusting things today. I think the Francesco's done for. We'll focus on the Aquila Volante. Yes, that was a problem in version 89. Chrissy, you're absolutely right. The AI kind of forgot that rangefinders were a thing. But pretty sure the Francesco is about to sink. Please sink, because I kind of assumed that you would. Yep, there we go. Too much flooding. Honestly, the difference between a ship that goes out to flooding and a ship that doesn't, huge. In terms of how much difficulty they are to deal with. Look at that. Like at this range, I mean, we're pretty close now. 4 kilometers. Oh, they finally scored a hit. Pretty much point blank range. We've got a 100% chance to hit. Oh! That's not gone so well. Oh, Cordite. Goodbye. Could have been good if it was twin turrets. Yeah, I think you're right. I think their explodiness was a little bit too much. We can now obliterate some light cruisers. Oh god, it's HE as well. Oh, so unreasonable. Oh, Jesus. Look at that. 4 ships just sunk. Oh dear. It's not so good. Two more cruisers coming in. Oh, were. I think I got my thumbnail, yeah. Now, in terms of cost, these battle cruisers are 132 million. Those battleships that sunk, 108. So it's not like they were massively outmatched. These light cruisers are not particularly cheap either, 42.8 million each. Oof. I would not want to be the Italian Admiralty trying to explain this. Oh, even the 5-inch guns caused a black fire. Oh no. That's just not good. It's just not good. Oh, I see why the cruisers are so explosive. Cordite 3 and picric acid 3. Super heavy shells. Oof. And they have a lot of turrets as well. Yeah. Very explosive little things. Well, it's about to be a bad day on board the Pompeo Magno. Good grief. So, yeah, the Rhum Blanche taking two pens, and the Soleil again 2, but had more damage as we butcher the transports. My goodness me, so unfair. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to be this one-sided, I'll be honest. Thank you very much for the follow, Pascusen. Yeah, well, nearly 50,000 damage now versus 500. It's a bit of a markup. And remember, they had a more expensive fleet. Wow. Okay, there you go. A very successful French design, I think we can say. This little battlecruiser did very nicely. Anyway, if you're watching this all on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.